It's the same old story here in my eBay shop. I am not supposed to be going outsourcing. I've kind of made a rule for myself to get my death pile cleared out a little bit more before I do too much sourcing. But yesterday, my little brother came. He's trying to start a little eBay business in order to pay off some. Well, maybe he can pay off his house. Maybe he can pay off some. He just had to have some plumbing work done, and he's looking to earn a little bit of extra money to pay that stuff off. So we went together, did some shopping. He did very well. I was actually jealous of some of the items that he found, but I did okay too. And I'm going to switch over to picture-in-picture mode in a minute, and I'm gonna just go through. Maybe I'll just spend 25 or 30 minutes just listing things that I got yesterday. So you'll see some of those things, or at least you'll see what I think they are, if I think they're worth selling or not. So I'll go through the whole process of listing as much stuff as I can get done in half an hour. But that's coming up. But right now, I'm gonna show you what I bought today, which again, I'm not supposed to be sourcing, but I woke up this morning to a Facebook Facebook Marketplace deal that was basically, it was like a free sale. Come to my garage and take this stuff away. I think it was. I think there may have been an estate sale there, and this was the stuff that was left over. I'm not exactly sure what was going on, but it was pretty close to me. So I saw in their listing a digital camera on the table, and I thought that camera could potentially be worth 150 or $200. So it was only about 8 minutes away from me, so I decided to drive over there this morning. And see if there was anything worth grabbing. And I did bring home a few things. I haven't brought it even in from the car. There's a couple pairs of shoes and some other stuff that could have been okay. But as I was coming home, there was a sign, yard sale this way. I decided to go check it out. I probably shouldn't have. I'm supposed to be being a good boy and not bringing home a bunch of stuff that I don't have time to deal with. But I did stop there. I I spent $30 on everything I'm about to show you. And I think it's probably, let's see, 150 to 225. It's probably like $300 to $350 worth of stuff that I got for $30. So I'm just going to turn it around and show you what I got, and we'll see if you think any of this stuff was worth stopping for. All right, so I just have it laid out here. There's like essentially 5 items, and it's 5 listings. I already have the listings written up, the drafts, and I just have to take photos of these things. So I might do that tonight. I might save that till another day. Anyway, I got this Burton Snowboards backpack. It has a little bit of wear on it, but it's in pretty good condition. I don't know, you can't see it. There's a little wear there on the bottom corner, but I only paid $6 for that bag, and it's probably worth, I probably could get 40 for it, but I'm going to list it at like 29. Try to move it a little bit quicker. I found this Zippo lighter. I've never seen one like this it's a lighter with a lighter on it. Like usually they put brand names or skulls or something cool in there. This one's just advertising itself. So according to the date code on the bottom, this is from 1991. I would have guessed it was a little bit older, but 1991. There was one of these sold that was in very rough condition. It had a little bit different markings on the bottom, so that might have been something, but it sold for $45, and it is super rough. They even put the word rough in the title of their listing. And they sold it for 45, so I'm going to try to get 50 for this one. It might be worth more than that, might be worth less. I really don't know. But if I can get 50 for it, I paid 4 for it, so that'd be great. I don't know if you've seen these before. They're called Sheila's houses, and I'm not sure who Sheila is, but it usually has her signature on the back. The newer ones, the signature is just printed, and then older ones, this person Sheila may have been hand making these. I really don't know, but everyone was signed by Sheila, and live signature. So they're basically like historical homes around the country. I don't really know how they come to be, but they're kind of neat. They're just like 2 pieces of wood glued together with the historical home printed on it. I think the older ones are probably hand painted, but these are printed. made in the USA. One of these here, it has, it's a limited edition, and it has a number and a legitimate signature. It's not that one. Is it this white one? Whoops. Yeah, this white one has numbered 2,357 out of 3,300, and it's signed by Sheila. So this one is from 94. I think this is the oldest one I have, and it's probably not. I don't know the story of this company, but I'm guessing they're a little older than the early 90s. They're not, I think some of these can be pretty valuable. None of the ones I have here would be worth more than $10 to $15 if I sold them individually. So I'm just going to lot them up, sell them together, and there's 7 of them. I can't remember if I was going to start I was going to try to get $80 for these. I think $80, maybe 70. I can't remember, but yeah, those should hopefully go quickly, and then we'll be done with those, and we'll make a good amount of money. I also found there at this garage sale all of these, they're patches, vintage patches from the 70s, and they're all, most of them say this LAW, which stands for League of American Wheelmen. And it's like every time they would get together and have a ride, they would make a patch for it. So Thanksgiving Day, Valentine's Day, Halloween. These ones here, Halloween, Thanksgiving, and Valentine's. Memorial Day. They got a bunch of different holiday ones. 4th of July, this one's cool. I wonder if this was in Philadelphia with the Liberty Bell. Most of them seem to be from the Chicago area. Like there's one, Arlington. Arlington. Here, this is probably Arlington Heights. Maybe not. Maybe this is Arlington, Virginia with these. Well, it could be the Arlington racetrack. Do these roses have something to do with, we put this around the winning horse? I think it's probably Arlington racetrack. That closed a few years ago. I guess a half century, is that 50 miles? So that's when you see the date, 1974. Here's another. Is this the same one I was just looking at? No, there's a duplicate. So a lot of these. It's tough to gauge a price for these because they seem pretty rare. Oh, look at this cool one. I don't know what tow free is, but it's obviously bike related. It's got these wheels. So this might not be LAW, but it's bike related. This one says IAW, so probably, oh no, it says LAW, just like the others. So I don't know. I'm guessing what these are worth. They're probably worth more than I'm going to sell them for. That's what I would guess. I have 36 of them here. I think I put $2.50 per patch. I came up with something around $80 to try to sell these for. I paid $4 for all of them, so I don't want to get too greedy. They're probably worth more than that, but I'm going to try to get these sold quickly and not sit in my shop for years. And then the last thing I got there was this Nikon Coolpix. This is a S7C. These little micro digital cameras, call them digicams. They seem to be pretty hot right now, so if you see them, check them out. This guy had several cameras. This is the only one I pulled out. I probably should have taken all of them, but the other ones looked a little bit beat up, so I decided to take a risk on this one. And by take a risk, I mean he charged me $30 for everything. I think this camera is probably, in working condition, is probably 120 if I can get it to work. So I ordered a battery and a battery charger. That was like $10. I'm assigning this camera a $10 cost of goods and then dividing up the extra $20 on all these other items that I got at that sale. So hopefully that camera battery will come tomorrow or the next day, and then we'll test it out and see if it works. And I'm sure even if it doesn't work, it's probably worth $30, maybe more. I'm not sure. I haven't done a huge amount of research on it because I'm waiting for that battery to come. So anyway, right now I'm going to get my computer up here, get it set up for the screen capture video, and then I'm going to just list a few things more, and we'll see how much we can get done, because I did bring home a lot of stuff yesterday, and I need to get it listed as soon as possible. That way I can get back to my death pile. So hang on for 1 second. I'll be right back. All right, we're back. So I'm going to attempt to go through here and create some listings. So follow along if you like. All right, you saw this, you saw this. All right, so this is all stuff that I got on a shopping trip with my brother Dan. If you're watching, Dan, hi. I hope you had fun. It was a pretty fun day, and I think you did pretty good with some of the stuff you got. So the stuff that I got, I don't know that I did great on anything, but I did get one of these caboodles. I have one of these in my shop right now. I don't think they're quite as sought after as they were a little while ago, but they still go. This one, I paid $4 for it. I think I'll just sell it for 20. So it's not going to be a huge seller, but let's go in here and see if we can figure out. So I'm using my URL shortcut. Google that. I think it's called a browser URL shortcut, something like that. Google that, and this could save you a lot of time. Or just subscribe to Justin. I think his YouTube channel is just called Justin Resells. So take a look at him. I know that he wrote up a pretty detailed description on how to use these kind of shortcuts. Basically, I type in E and then it immediately goes to anything I type in the browser bar up here is gonna be searching active eBay listings. So let's do caboodles. I'll put a mirror. I'll write mirror because I know this one has a mirror. And hit enter and we'll see. So there's 60 results that say caboodles mirror. It's not exactly this one, similar to this second one, but not exactly. It's closer to this one. This one they're only selling for 10 bucks. So let's open up another tab, and then I'm going to type in ES. That's for eBay sold. You can see right now it's searching eBay sold listings. I'm going to just paste in. Whoops. Oh, geez. I shut off everything. Okay, reopen close tab. I want my search term. Caboodles mirror. I can't remember exactly what I typed. So there's currently 60 listed that have that term. Caboodles mirror. Okay, here's one that's full of junk, retro 80s stuff. This sold for $189. This is pretty similar to the one that I have, but it has a Barbie logo on it, so that's not the same. This one is also similar, but this one has a different logo and it still has the tags. That one sold for 60. Not quite the same as this one, not quite the same as this one, not that one. I should just look at the one that I have listed, but I want to just check to make sure the market hasn't changed. That's Bluey? They're still making caboodles. Oh, did I spell it with a K? I spelled it with a K and it's with a C, so that's going to give me skewed results. Okay, start over. So now we're at 2,500. That's a much bigger number, and then only 371 sold. So this isn't a great sell-through rate situation. So this little case might sit here for quite a while before it earns me $20. Not that. I'm just looking for one that's similar to try to gauge a price. It's basically this one, but a little different. It's the same as this one. It's different color, but it's the same mold. There's the mirror that's inside mine. The same. This is exactly the same as what I have. So this one has a little tray. That one has the little tray. Yeah, everything is here. So caboodles, 20 bucks. I'm just gonna list it for 20 bucks. Let me just go to my eBay. I'm gonna go to my active listings, and I'm gonna just find the one that I have listed and see what I did with that. Caboodles. Now that I know it's a C and not a K. Okay, so this other one that I have is a little bit different. It's the same case, but that one says open to possibilities on the latch. This one is just a plain latch and has a slightly different logo here, but it's the same one. So I'm going to list this. I'm going to say sell a similar item. Anyway, I know this is worth about $20 to $22. So caboodles cosmetic case 1980s, 1990s. I'm going to remove this open to possibilities. Makeup mirror purple and blue. These are the colors of it. Now I'm going to copy what I have here. I have 62 characters. I want to get as close to 80 as I can. So I have this chat GPT thing set up that offers me what it considers a SEO optimized title. All it really did here is add the word organizer and the word with. So normally I wouldn't necessarily put the word with in a title, but it'll be fine. I'm going to do it. Get it done. I'm wasting a lot of time for something that's only worth 20 bucks. So it gave me a title that is 76 characters, so not bad. All right, this has no location yet, but I'm going to put the price I paid for it, which is $4. $4 came from the Salvation Army, and then that was on 7-26-25. So yesterday. Caputo's makeup case, purple. Add blue here, might as well. In these item specifics, I don't go wild filling out everything. There's no sense in filling out. It doesn't make any sense at all to put NA in. Oh, it only lets me put one color. This obviously is plastic. I don't think that probably matters. Okay, 13 by 8 by 6 used. No significant damage. It doesn't really even have scuffs like the other one said, but I'm gonna leave it in there anyway to just cover my bases. And $21.99. I'll leave that price. I'll take a minimum offer of $17. I'm gonna assume that I weighed the other one correctly, 2 pounds, 15 ounces, and then I'm gonna save that for later. So that one, once I take the photos, right now I just saved this as a draft. Once I take the photos, I will open the draft on my phone and go ahead and post that, make that listing live. Okay, so right here I have a little mug. This is Design House. It says Stockholm Design House. I had some bowls that were this exact same, from this same pattern. I'm not sure if this is worth anything. I didn't even look it up. It was only 50 cents. So let me look at my completed listings. Solds. I'll go over here, all orders. And then let's just put in Swedish. I don't think it was more than 3 months ago that it sold, but it could have been. Let's put in this year. Does it say Swedish? No, it says Stockholm. Okay, let's change this search to Stockholm and see what we get. There we go. Design House, Stockholm, soup and pasta bowls. I just sold these 2 bowls for $25. I shouldn't be showing you this stuff probably, but let's try it. Let's try to do a search. I'm going to just go back to this tab, do that URL thing again. Home, Design House, mug. I think these were sold by Crate and Barrel. Those say Starbucks. Design House. So this is the one, but this one has a slightly different finish on it. This has like a smooth finish, I think, and mine has like a mottled finish. Anyway, it doesn't look, these pictures are not great. Let's go to ES, sold listings, and try again. Whoops. Stockholm Design House mug. It's not those, it's not those. These are not. The first couple were pretty expensive. These are not. We're getting down to 19, 14. So I probably shouldn't have bought this even for 50 cents, but I think I'll probably get, here it is. No, that's Starbucks. Maybe I should have put Design House in quotes. Here's another lot, set of 7 bowls. Is this it? I think this is it. So I don't have the saucer, but let's sell one like this. I'm gonna do it in a new tab so I can come back to this if I need to. And Design House Stockholm cup. No. Cup and saucer. Take saucer out. I'm gonna put mug in here. I'm gonna take out colored natural. I'm gonna remove this slash. Don't want that. Sand, natural. I'm gonna put coffee. I'm gonna put tea. Stoneware is fine. I could put ceramic. I probably should put crate and barrel. Does barrel have 2 R's and 1 L? There we go. So that's 79 characters. I'm not even gonna go to ChatGPT on this, but I am gonna go, which I should have done on the caboodle. This part is like way too labor intensive, and I'm planning to get rid of this part of my listing procedure, but for now I'm keeping it up at least through the end of the year. So I just put everything I listed in my spreadsheet here. 7-26/25. This came from Goodwill. I don't need that. I need to put in the price. I'm just going to put 50 cents. And that one's done. Now let's go back to complete your listing. I want that information to be in here. 0.50. Goodwill. GW. 7-26-25. You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to put 30-minute timer. YouTube. And we've already done 2 listings, but we're going to start with a 30-minute timer right now. Do I have my volume on? Let's make sure the volume is on in case this gets to the end and makes a noise. I hope it will. Otherwise, I'm going to just put it on my phone. Well, I mean, it's too late now. But right now it's 7:30, so if we get to 8 o'clock and I'm not done yet, I'll turn this off. Okay, they put white, even though they wrote sand slash something in the title. Design house, cup and saucer, remove that, just put cup, probably put mug. This is probably, since this is already in the title, it's probably not helping me by putting it in the item specifics here, but could be. This thing is a little, it's like sandy, like mottled, so I'm going to take off solid just in case that causes a problem. Vintage, yes, I don't know that to be the case. 4 ounce, I don't know that to be the case. So here's what I'm talking about. NA is never useful. Nobody is ever searching eBay for the word NA. I don't think they probably care that much about the back stamp, how it was printed or whatever, but I'll just leave that. 1 pound, 1 ounce. I don't feel like it's necessary to put dimensions and weight in the item specifics, but maybe it is. This guy has added these two. I'm going to just remove them. I'm going to put used, and then I'm going to put mug is in great pre-owned condition, period. Condition wrong. Let's get that properly spelled, and then I'm just going to grab a measuring tape and measure this mug and say approximately 3 3/4 tall. I'm going to put about because approximately takes too long to type. Where'd it go? About 3.75 inches tall. That's in the condition description. I'm going to copy it, put that in the real description. I'm putting $9.99. For something that cheap, I'm not going to allow offers. And then I'm going to put calculated ground advantage, 8 by 8 by 8. I want to grab my scale. Where did I put that? Right here. I got this little scale. I have several of these scales all around the house for if I'm sitting upstairs. I don't want to run around trying to find a scale. This says 7. This is like 8 ounces. So I'm going to put 24 ounces. And then that listing is done. Okay, what's next? Goodwill stuff. Okay, I have some Bath and Body Works lotions. These feel like they've never been used. It's really hard to tell, these things are never really sealed, but they're open a little bit. I'm gonna try to sell them. Let's find out if they're worth anything. So in this case, I has a barcode. I'm gonna scan the barcode with my phone, and then if that gives me any details, I will then transfer that information to the computer. Okay, so I'm just going to show you this because I don't have the phone attached right now as a media source, but I'm going to go to search, hit the camera button, and then hit barcode at the bottom, and then you can just scan the barcode. So this one, there's 19 currently listed. Now I'm going to filter this to sold, and only 1 comes up. So I'm probably going to sell these 2 together. Let me try doing that again for the other one. This one is called Iced Lemon. And this one, there's only 3 currently listed. Filter by sold. There's 12 sold. 1 sold for $18.95. 1 sold for $21.95. Packs of 3 sell for $40. So let's do this single one. And I will sell one like this from the phone and then come back to this computer where I can refresh this page and it shows up here. Bath and Body Works Iced Lemon Pound Cake. Okay, now let's resume this draft. Iced Lemon Pound Cake. I'm going to take out some of these words. This Bath and Body Works already has the word body in it, so I'm taking out the word body. Lemon Pound Cake, Cotton Candy Clouds is the other one, but it's too long. I'm going to take out Ultimate and Hydration. They both say Ultimate Hydration and they say Body Cream, but I don't know what these things are actually for. Cotton Candy Clouds, Shea Butter, Bath and Body Works, Iced Lemon Pound Cake. I'm going to put lot and set, and then I'm going to go to ChatGPT and finish this title. Okay. Taking a little while. Bath and Body Works Iced Lemon Pound Cake, Cotton Candy Clouds, Cream. Oh, lotion. It decided to put in, so that's good. So that one's set. Let's go back to spreadsheet. Put that title in. These were $3 each, higher than I would have guessed. So I'm put $6 on there. This is the same information. Copy and paste. All right, back to complete your listing. Okay, $6. Goodwill. 726-25. This is how I know how long I've had something, by looking in this custom label field. And later, once I'm done with pictures, I'll put the storage location in here as well. Formulation, lotion, volume. How big are these? 8 ounces. 8 fluid ounces. Active ingredients, I don't know. This one has shea butter. These both have shea butter and hyaluronic acid, but we won't worry about that too much. I'm taking this UPC out, even though it might be detrimental. There's no cocoa butter in here as far as I know, but there is no. I was going to put hyaluronic acid, but it doesn't show up as one of the options. I don't think there's aloe in either one of these. There's water. I'm just going to leave shea butter. It's fine. I'll leave that. It's fine. Regular size color. Not worried. 8 fluid ounce. MPN. Cream. Lemon. Put cotton candy in here too. In the scent. Women. All skin types. Okay. Remove that. All right. There's only ever the option for new or new other in eBay listings, but for cosmetics or any of this kind of stuff. In this case, I don't know if these would have been, like, would they ever sealed in a way that would be meaningful? I don't know. These were $17 when they were new. Okay, I spent $6 for them, so I gotta get a little bit out of them. So I'm just gonna put both tubes of body, what do I call it? Body cream have been opened but never used. So I'm not sure if that's true or not, but that's what I'm putting. Best. So what did I say? They were selling for like $18. I'm gonna put $29.99 on these. 30. I usually if I'm gonna take an offer, I do 80% of the asking price. In which case this will be, I don't know what it is. Let's see. 30 times 0.8. It's $24. If I get 24 for these, good. We'll take it. I'm gonna call it 1 pound, 2 ounce to get into the next price range, and then I'm gonna save that for later. So those two are done. I'll have to come back. I have to come back later and take the labels, stickers off all of these things. Okay, here's another one with a barcode. Yankee Candle scent. What do they call these things? Wax melts. So I'm gonna grab my phone again and go ahead and get my barcode reader up. Okay. These, mostly people are selling these kind of things in lots, and I only have one. So there's 14 currently listed. Sold. Only 3 sold. So this is kind of a bad sell-through rate too. This is another thing I got for 50 cents. So I think maybe it was $1. I'm probably just going to try to list it for $10 plus shipping. The ones that sold are just big lots of them. So not the situation that I'm in. You know, they sell them by like the dozen. Whoops. Okay, Yankee Candle Autumn Wreath Wax Melts. They have the word melts in here twice. That's not practical. Yankee Candle Autumn Wreath Fragranced melts is what they're called. That means I should put the word scented. Aroma. I don't know why I got this cough. And then I'm going to head back to ChatGPT. Computer is running. Okay, this says lot of 6. That's not right. New home fragrance. That's not right. But new is right. Okay, lot of 6. New. I'm just going to put new at the end. And it says scented tarts. I don't know why I would say that. Tarts. Yankee Candle Autumn Wreath Wax Melts lot of 6. No, I'm going to put a 6 pack. I don't know if anybody is searching for the word 6 pack, but maybe. And then 2.6 ounce. 2.6 ounce. That's 78 characters. That's good enough. Put it here. $1. This is the same. Although I have a weird mix of slashes and dashes in my date here. Don't know why I did that. Might as well fix both of these, even though this is meaningless. This is just for me. This spreadsheet. Complete your listing. $1. Goodwill. Yesterday was 7-26-25. Material wax. Burning time, I don't know. Probably no, never. Customize, no. Okay, Wickedless Tart Bar. I don't think that is right. Or Wickless. Maybe that is right. I'll just leave it. Maybe that's why they put tart in that ChatGPT put tart in the title. UPC should be fine. Pumpkin? I doubt it smells like a pumpkin. I'm going to put autumn leaves. Flameless, okay. Orange, I think that's actually brown color. Brown. So if you're copying somebody else's listing, you can't rely that they put in the proper information in here, because obviously they just said this was orange when it's clearly brown. Number 160968. 160968 is the manufacturer's product number. So let's get rid of the one that they had wrong. And then we'll put new. I'm just going to write brand new wax melts. So if something like this sells in the summer, got to be careful. It's hot outside. These would probably be fine. But some things, like if you're selling an actual candle, it could potentially be too hot and it would melt. You know, something like a sculptured candle or something. This thing weighs 4 ounces. I typically add 10. Oh, I was going to put the price in. I typically add 10 ounces for the packaging for something small like that. And then this is going to be 6 by 5 by 5, I'm sure. All right, save that for later. So there's another one finished. All right, next. Another thing I probably shouldn't have bought, these kind of smallish vans, these off-the-wall vans. I only bought them because they're brand new, but I don't think they're probably really worth that much. I paid $10 for them. I would prefer to have paid $5 or less for these, because I think they're probably only going to be worth $20 or $21, maybe $24. Let's find out. They're small. Okay, vans off the wall. I don't know. Oh, 751505. 751505. Hopefully that's the product number. Should be. Yeah. There's 537 currently listed. Let's do it again here. ES. And there's 115 sold. Now let's go back here and change this to new. And we're getting closer. We want to change this to gray. Only 6 results. Let's go to the sold tab. Used. No. Condition is new. Condition is new. And there are no gray ones. So we're just going to look at what we have here and decide which one seems the closest. It's not that. It's not that. These yellow ones are cool. If these were sized like men's 10.5 or 11, that would be the best case scenario, but they are size men's 6 or women's 7.5. So they're pretty small. So how many sold? 14. 6 currently listed, 14 sold, which is a pretty good sell-through rate for me. Even though these aren't all exactly the same thing, this is them. So they're asking 35. Let's open that and sell one like that. So quickly look at this title over. Fans off the wall, gray shoes. All right, gray can go later. Gray should go later. These sizes should go earlier. In fact, gray probably doesn't have to be in the title because gray can be an item specific. Off the wall shoes, men's, what did I say? 6 or 7.5. Men's 6, women's. Now, if I wanted to remove these S's, that would save me some characters. Sneakers is fine. Unisex, I guess, is fine. 7.5. So they have different number than I have. 751,505. Gray. Let's go to ChatGPT again. Our friend, the robot. Okay, Vans off the wall shoes. Men's 6, women's 6. Gray skate. Okay, that's good. They've added the word skate. I'm happy with that. What else did they add to get here? Skate, sneakers. Oh, did I take out sneakers? It doesn't matter. We're happy with this title. 751,505. We're happy with that. Go back to this spreadsheet. Put this date and location where I purchased it back. And then I can put $10 here. And back to a complete listing. 10.00. This was Goodwill. This was 7-27-25. That's my date of purchase. Okay, Vans. 7.5. I'm just going to put 6. Keep it simple. UPC does not apply. Customize, no. Style code 751505. UK shoe size is 5. I'm not sure why eBay doesn't just do this conversion automatically. They should be able to know what size different countries are. If I put in the American size, it should change that automatically. Shoe with standard canvas. Okay, UK size is 38. Okay, I'm going to put skate if it's one option. Ski? No, it's not an option. Oh, that's the theme. Okay, performance. Skateboarding is already in there. It's fine. Features. Lace up casual fall. Okay, NA, not necessary. Take it out. New. Whoops. should be an option new without box. That's there. I think there is like a very minor scuff on the toe of one of these. I should try to clean it, but I'm not going to. Okay, shoes in never worn condition with original tag. One shoe has a very minor scuff on the toe. Toe. I spelled it like it's a tow truck. All right, copy that, paste that here. I'm going to put a dash in never worn. One shoe has a very minor scuff on the toe. Good enough. Never worn. Put that dash in there. Okay, buy it now, $35.99. That's what the others seem to be selling for. I will put an offer of $29, which is about 20% off. And then how big is this package going to be? 10 by, I know I have 10 by 8 by 5. The scale turns off after a certain amount of time of not being used. And this one is pretty slow to start back up again. Okay, 1 pound 9, 1 pound 10 ounces, 1 pound 10 ounces. I'm just going to put 2 pounds. I think that'll be fine. Okay, done. What's next? We got 10 minutes left. Okay, these bowls I got some more bowls here, some ceramic bowls. They need to go through the dishwasher and get scrubbed a little bit, and it's probably not worth doing that much work on these. But I'm gonna grab them. I'm mostly gonna put them through the dishwasher and see if just going through there will take these Goodwill tags off. These new tags that they're using are very difficult to get off without leaving some pieces behind, but they also seem to be using a water soluble adhesive. So if you're having trouble and you've got something that will stand up to being wet, like ceramic, you can use water to get these stickers off. But if you've got something like a book cover, you're basically just out of luck. They have pretty much destroyed the book by putting a sticker on the cover of it, depending on the type of cover. Okay, these are IKEA bowls. They're just plain white bowls. They don't look too astounding, and I would have passed them up a million times if I saw them in the store, but I saw some information online one time that said these, the plain white bowls, especially older ones from your kind of big box stores, IKEA, Crate and Barrel, World Market even, Target even, can hold a little bit of value because I've talked about this on my channel a lot, but the idea is that your average, normal, everyday person buys their dishes from IKEA, and most people buy plain white. That's what they get. Then 10 years later, they break one. They have no option to replace it because a store like IKEA is changing up what the lines of products that it sells essentially on a yearly basis. So you might not ever be able to get those bowls or plates or whatever again. So you have no choice but to go to the secondary market, hit eBay, and see what's available. So Crate and Barrel stuff I've done very well on, buying plates for like $1 or $2 a piece and selling them for like $30 and $40 a piece. Ideally, you sell them in a little lot. This was a set of 4. Does this one have a chip? No. So I got 4 of these. You want to look for these ones that say, I'm not sure if you can see this or not, but IKEA 365. If it's blue and it's sort of like blurry, like it's seeped a little bit, I think these are older ones. And this was back from a time when IKEA would credit the person who designed the bowl. So I've had good luck with these ones that say Susan Pryke, Pryke. Let's look these up right now and see what we think they're worth. So let's go get rid of this tab, get rid of this tab. Start back here again. IKEA bowl. Let's put 360. Is it 360? 365. I think it's actually 365 plus, but I'll put 365 bowl. And I'm just going to put Susan and copy this. And okay, 62 results right there. Let's go to ES and search again. These are completed listings. Okay, so you can see here, set of 5 bowls. These are not the ones I have. These are like rimmed soup bowls, pasta bowls, sold for $75 for 5 plates. Like that seems pretty good to me. Set of 3 of those plates, or their bowls rather, sold for $60. These bowls are, this is them. So I have 4, they have 2, 4, 6. They only sold for $45. I think these are the same ones probably. These look like the same ones too. And these sold 2 of them for $40. Yeah, these are the same ones. So I'm gonna go ahead and say these are worth $15 a piece. And I have 4 of them, so I'm gonna put $60 on this listing. Okay. Which might be overkill. Here's the same one, set of 4. These are the same ones, only sold for 36. Let's see it. Let's go back to what's currently listed. Okay, set of 2. Why do they have 4 in the picture? This is a mistake. This is a mistake that people make sometimes. They probably have these. Let's see. Yes, they have 16 of these bowls and they're selling them 2 at a time. So right, you can see there's 8 available. Each one of these is 2 bowls. But if you're selling 2 bowls, take a picture of 2 bowls. Don't take a picture of 4 bowls because somebody is going to buy this. They're going to get the 2 bowls at home, and then they're going to say, "I thought I was getting 4 bowls. Why did you charge me for 4 when you only gave me 2?" And you're not going to have a good leg to stand on when there is a chargeback on your account. Okay, these I'm going to just put. All right, these are not all the ones that are listed now are like $10 a piece. 22 for 2, 20 for 1. These are different. There's those 2. They want 22 for 2. Man, this one says set up 4. So this is the same person with the same background. I do not know what they're doing. Here's 2 for 22, so they're like 11. All right, let's go back to completed. I've decided $11 a piece, so that means $44 for these 4 bowls. They do have some utensil marks inside, so I will have to clean them, and I'm not happy about that. I don't like doing that kind of stuff. I'm going to put set of 4. Set of 4 white-footed rice. These should be chili. Why would you put the word chili? I'm taking the word chili out. I think they could be considered rice bowls, and I'm putting cereal in. More likely somebody searching for a cereal bowl than a chili bowl. Set of 4. Here's a 6 that I left in there. White. Okay, let's go back to our friend ChatGPT. What time have we got? 18 minutes according to this? I don't think that's right. I think we have 2 minutes according to me. Okay, let's put this title in here and see what he comes up with. ChatGPT comes up with 6.25 rather than 6.25. Which might save a couple of characters, but then he put the word inch in instead of the inch symbol. I told ChatGPT I don't want punctuation because he was putting a lot of dashes in, and I do not want dashes. But some punctuation is legitimate, like 365 plus is what these are called, not 365 plus with the word plus. So I'll put the plus symbol in. I will put this 6.25, so he's taking that period out. Set of 4 white-footed rice cereal soup bowls. I'm basically going back to the title I had before, but I'm also going to put the word lot in just in case. Okay, I think these were 99 cents a piece, if I could find. This is the other problem with Goodwill. They put these stickers on, and they must instruct the pricers to cover up the brand name. When there's all this, real estate they could be putting stuff on, don't cover the maker's mark. It seems like it's self-defeating because I found this one there. Somebody peeled it off. Like I was saying, these kind of stickers are hard to get off, so there's no way to get them off without destroying them. Now you've got something you don't know what it's supposed to be priced at. So if anybody from Goodwill I think it's called Upper Illinois and Michigan and Wisconsin or something like that, if you're listening, start telling your staff to put the stickers up here or even on the inside of the bowl. This is a bad idea. You're making extra work for yourself. Somebody at some point will have to reprice this. So don't cover up the maker's marks. Okay, I paid $4 a piece for those. I paid $1 a piece for those. So $4 total. I'm not accounting for tax on any of this stuff. I'm going to come back and think about that later, but for the purposes of this, I left it out. 6/26/25 is the date. Back to this, complete your listing 4.00. I'll probably just figure out what the tax was and just assign it to the last item that came from this store. $4, Goodwill, 7-27-26-25. All right, department, adults, not worried about that. Porcelain, these may be porcelain, they may be stoneware, they may be anything, I don't know what they are. White, solid, round. I don't think they're made in China. I think they're made in Turkey. No, these are made in China. These have a number on them too, which I wonder if that's a product number. So right now I can't look at the product number because all of these have these stupid stickers. So I was wondering if they all have the same number or maybe they have different numbers. Anyway, I'm not going to worry about it. Used. I will write here all four bowls in good pre-owned condition, period. May have some minor utensil marks. This is just in case I can't get them completely out. A good way to get them out is barkeeper's friend. That seems like the only thing that really takes those utensil marks off. I was taking the time to do all of our bowls. What did I say? $11 a piece, so that's 44. I'm gonna put 44.99. Get a little extra dollar there. Keep it from 45 because then it makes it seem like it's closer to 40, a little bit cheaper. 45 times 0.8 is 36. I don't really want to sell these for $36, but I'll take that offer if I get them. Okay, ground advantage. This is going to go in a 10 by 10 by 12 box. I'm making that number up, but it should be something similar to that. It doesn't really matter. I probably could leave it blank and it would be fine. I'm going to do, this is 3 pounds. This is 4 pounds, 1 ounce. So I'm going to add a full pound, 5 pounds, 1 ounce, because this package is going to require quite a lot of bubble wrap and cardboard and other packing materials to keep these bowls safe. So we'll charge a little bit extra on the shipping than we might normally. Okay, what did we get through today? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 listings. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 listings in 30 minutes. Probably could go faster than that, but that's what we did. What is that? 5 minutes per listing. That's also talking to you about it. So after this, from that shopping trip, I got this game, Aggravation from the 60s. I typically don't like to buy board games unless I'm fairly confident that the pieces are all there, or if all the pieces are there, then it's going to be exceptionally valuable. This one's probably only worth $20 or $25, but I looked at the back and it says 1 playing board, 1 die, and 24 marbles. That's all that should be in here. That would be very easy for me to inventory. So I decided to grab it. It was only $2. So $2 for that. If I can sell it for 24 and I only have to spend a couple of minutes inventorying everything, then that's good. But for now, that's the end. Let me cut this off and then I'll come back and give you a little wrap up. That's just the items from one thrift store that we went to and just one other item that came from the Salvation Army. I have a few bags here with more, the rest of the stuff that I bought on that shopping trip. So maybe you'll see some of this, maybe you won't, I'm not sure. But for now, I'm going to tonight I have to pack up quite a few orders. It's Sunday night, so there's all of today's sales and all of yesterday's sales. So I don't know what the number is right now, but it's quite a few. It's going to take me a little while. It's already 8 o'clock, so thanks for watching. Subscribe if you want to follow along, and I will be back tomorrow night with another video. Thanks for watching.